In hindsight, with this team not being viable for top 100 in the first place, I should have just made it a semi-auto. But this is the semi-auto team for Cecilia. The thing about Cecilia is because we have to time our debuffs so precisely, it's pretty annoying to get a full auto off, but this will at least be a semi-auto, where we just auto the whole thing, but we flick the skills on and off depending on when we need to use stuff. So we can go ahead and take a look at everyone's stats first. Cecilia, the main thing is just the speed. You want 237 speed, and I wouldn't make her too tanky because you do want Hazel to toss an S2 into her at some point in the break phase. Besides that, the S2 speed down EA, so we have 2 debuffs on our S2. Art of Small Miracles for extra attack. +4 on her S2, and +3 on her S3. And then we have Aramintha. Aramintha, I have her at 219 speed. Same thing, just make sure you're speed tuning properly. Her EE doesn't matter. And then I have her on Warhorn. I swapped it off of Hazel just because I needed my Aramintha to have more turns, and I figured it'd be easier to just move the artifact over. And then S2, +2, S3, +5. Next is Mascot Hazel. Super Duper Water Shooter for extra attack. And then we have 230 speed. Then besides that, it's just attack, defense, HP. Max her S2 and S3, and then for her skill tree, you're going to want all of the free stats. The S2 healing you might as well pick up and then get the free attack and free effectiveness. If you want, you can get the S1 healing as well. Lastly, we have Kawerik, or Kawerik. It's just... I have a mostly full damage. I did drop some crit damage to get him to 136 speed. And then attack buff before S3 is the one I'm using, though I think he just has attack buff anyways from everybody else buffing him. Oh, there's one for S3 damage. We should probably use that. I don't have it, but you should probably use that. The S3 damage one. And then this one, increase attack by 40%. The usual Cruel Mischief. But we can go ahead and take a look at the run. Starting off, make sure Kawerik's skills are off. The other 3 are on. Once they use one ability, we'll turn them off until it's time for the debuff nullifier phase. This is just because Cecilia and Aramintha both, their debuff skill is the second skill they'll use in their auto rotation, so we have to burn their skill first. In the case of Cecilia, we would have wanted her to put up immunity anyways. So we can turn on Kawerik's skills here. Turn on Aramintha, because she gets cut by WTene, so we could just S3 here. Kawerik will use S2, and since Cecilia cuts the boss, we don't have to worry about his stealth getting removed. We can safely enter the break phase. Hazel's going to give over greater attack buff, and Aramintha does S1 here, but because we used Kawerik S2 before the break phase started, we have one spare hit. That's the S2 I was talking about, where Hazel skips her turn. You just have it go one more rotation, and then after Kawerik uses S3, we have to make sure to turn his skills off. Just so he doesn't instantly use S2. If he instantly uses S2, then it won't be up in time. Again, let everybody go once, and then we'll turn it off. Kawerik, he attacks once, and we turn it back on. Same thing here, everybody goes once, and we can turn it back on, no problem. Our first 2 debuffs. Kawerik gets his S2 off, and we'll enter with Aramintha. This time, because we started higher up on the CR bar, Aramintha will use her S2 immediately instead of her S1. So we'll have one spare hit at the end that Kawerik's just going to use that up with his S1. We'll turn his skills off here, because way he won't just use his S1 here. Last time I did this, actually, I had one extra turn there, probably something with Hazel not using S2, but it doesn't really make a difference. We can just turn these 2 their skills off. Hazel can heal, and we can turn her off again. At this point, you're definitely safe for top 5%. The top 5% cutoff is not very high, but we might as well let this finish out. Again, we're coming into the debuff nullifier phase, turn everybody's skills on, and you can pretty much just let them stay on for the rest of the run. You'll notice Aramintha's going to cut ahead of Kawerik here. That is not good for us. We basically lose out on the last Kawerik S3, but this has long been safe for top 5% anyways. That's it for the semi-auto team. I'm pretty sure Abria has one too. Not sure if I'll have the time to take a look at that, we'll see. But that is it for this setup at least.